What's up, collectors and Transformers enthusiasts? Today we're going to finally be taking a look at Transformers Studio Series 86 Voyager Sweep. As always, taking a really quick look at the packaging, we get a nice Transformers Red logo on the side. This time we got a new artwork in comparison with the old one, so you can see the differences. You can see that, well, this time he has the weapons on his hands. That's pretty much it. We got Studio Series, Decepticon Sweep on the bottom, a nice display of the figure itself. On the side, we got that same image, but on a closer look, Studio Series 8610 on the top. And on the very back, we got the typical roll mode with the weird looking jet mode or boat mode, whatever you want to call this. Any 19 steps you need to transform it. On the other side, we got the same artwork, but on a bigger scale, so you can appreciate it a little bit more. 86 on the top, and on the very top of the box, we got Transformers the movie. But that's pretty much it for the whole thing, so without further ado, let's get into it. And here we have Transformers Studio Series 86 Voyager Sweep in hand and all the packaging, and as you can tell, he is blue, and that's the only difference. So that's pretty much it for the whole thing. I hope you enjoy it. If you did, please leave a like, but I will see you on the next video. Nah, man, I'm just kidding, but that's the only difference, man. It's blue, and he has a weird swapping of the hands for some weird reason, but that's pretty much it. The only reason why you should pick this guy up is if you miss on Scourge or you're planning to army build, because this is an exact copy of Scourge, and, well, it's pretty understandable because, he is supposed to be, he's a clone of Scourge, so I'm not complaining there, but I don't see any reason why you should go ahead and burn your wallet for this guy if you're not planning to army build. Starting with the background, you can tell that he's rocking the reformatting background with all the Decepticons are turning into Unicron's minions, so that's pretty nice. But, well, it's exactly the same as Scourge, no differences whatsoever. And for a comparison on that, so you guys can see what I'm talking about, this is the Scourge one, and as you can see, it's exactly the same, man. The only thing different is the 8605 and the 8610, but other than that, they're exactly the same. In terms of the figures, well, they're a bit different, but in terms of the background, it's just an entire copy and paste. And for the figure itself, well, you can see that he looks beautiful. That blue really looks good on him, and I kind of like it a little bit more than the Scourge one, because I don't know, it makes this figure pop a little bit more. It makes sculpted in detail look a lot better, in my opinion. And this is the color that the original Scourge had back in the day, so really nice attention to detail on their part. But other than that, this is exactly the same as Scourge, man. No differences whatsoever. You can see that the face goal is exactly the same. I kind of want it to be a little bit different, a little bit different of expression, or I kind of pissed or laughing or something like that, just to different themselves when you're posting them together. But that is not the case. You can see that he has those red eyes that Scourge had, the same mustache, same everything, man, same expression, the same logo here as well. This kind of looks purple as well, just exactly the same as Scourge. I don't know why that looks like that, but you can see that the rest of the blue looks a little bit more I don't know, lighter than this one. I don't know how to explain it, but in terms of the hand, this is the only difference that he has truly to Scourge, that they kind of swap the hands on Scourge. This one is the fist and this one is the open hand. And for a comparison, so you guys can see what I'm talking about, this is the Scourge figure, and as you can see, this one has the opposite hand on the opposite hand. So this one is open, and on this one this is closed, and this is closed, and on this one this is open. That is legit the only real difference that this guy is rocking in comparison to Scourge. And as you can see, like I told you guys, the expression is exactly the same, and this color right here, it's kind of the same. I don't know on camera how this looks, but on me here, face to face with the figure, kind of looks exactly the same. In terms of the sides, you can see that, well, exactly the same. The pet ports are painted just like Scourge, so not bad at all. And on the back, you can see that, well, he has another difference, but this one, it's not truly relevant. And this, that the Sweep had this color the same as this, and you can see that Scourge had that purple on that side. So honestly, I prefer this one because it kind of makes the sculpted in detail pop a little bit more than this one. On this one, it kind of disappears, so I prefer this one over the Scourge figure. But other than that, man, that is it. That is legit everything that this guy can offer. If you want, you can go ahead and kind of rotate this, kind of different itself a little bit more. But man, or what can you do in this case. And in terms of the blaster as well as the blast effect, you can tell that it's the same story, no differences whatsoever other than the color, and it's not like the figure that the color makes his skull need to pop a little bit more. On this one, I don't see no differences and no plus on having blue over purple, and I understand that this is a direct clone of Scourge, but why they decided to go with the same blast effect? They gotta go on the extra mile and give us the different blast effects as well as the face skull. Those two things are just pure laziness, and for comparisons, you guys can see what I'm talking about. You can see that, well, it's exactly the same, man. No differences whatsoever on, you know, both of them. You can see that the weapon, the blast effect, and the face skull are exactly the same, and that is my con, because I know there's a clone, but you're not gonna tell me that they're gonna have the same expression all the time, as well as the blast effects and the weapons. They're gonna, you know, swap, you know, maybe the weapons, or added some blast effects, in addition to the one that he has right now. I don't know, man. Just go on the extra mile to make this guy a little bit more worth it. If you have a Scourge and you're not planning to army build like me, for example, I'm only gonna buy one, and it's just not worth it. If you're not army building or you have Scourge, it ain't worth it, man, believe me. And if you want to see how they look next to Cyclonus, this is how they look, and in my opinion, not that bad. They scale really well together, and they look fantastic, not to mention really accurate to the 1986 movie as well as the G1 representation. So overall, not that bad. By the way, I completely forgot to mention that for the transformation, I didn't do it because I didn't want to waste your time. Scourge has been out there pretty much a couple of months by now, and the transformation is out there. So if you still don't know how to transform this awesome beauty, link is going to be in the description down below, as well as in the top right corner of this video. That video is going to be the Scourge one, where I break down the transformation on detail. Moving on to the vehicle mode, or the jet mode, or slash boat mode, or whatever you want to call this guy. You can see the color distribution translates really well. I'm loving this color. You can see that everything pops. The skeleton detail kind of looks better with this color on. I don't know, I kind of like it. Sadly, I had a paint drip here. On the roll mode, I had no paint drips, but on the vehicle mode, sadly, I have one here. Hopefully, it's not going to be the same for you. You can see that the Decepticon logo translates really well, and it looks fantastic. And just overall, a fantastic figure and a nice addition to your collection. If you don't have Scourge, remember, it's not worth it if you have it. And if you're army building, then go ahead. For the only con that I have is this panel right here in the transformation. I kind of just, it doesn't pack well. You can see, some gaps there, and on this side you can see how it's supposed to look, flesh and everything, but in this one I just kind of have to put some force into it, and it still doesn't pack all that well. But other than that, that's pretty much it for this guy. Again, just a copy and paste, nothing to talk about other than the comparison with Scourge. And as you can see, these are the differences. Let me go ahead and pick the blast effects so you guys can see the differences. As you see, only the color on Skeleton Detail obviously is exactly the same, as well as the whole paint distribution is pretty much exactly the same. With this one is purple, then this one is blue, and those wing themajigs really do not do all that difference because they end up on the bottom of the boat mode. And you can see that it's honestly sad because they look fantastic, and this is one of the only major difference that this guy is rocking in comparison to Scourge. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Honestly, I have nothing else to talk about other than put this effect on Scourge, finally having one of these to rock on each side. And as you can see, it looks fantastic. Obviously, you can do the same thing with the sweep itself, but that's pretty much it for the whole thing. That being said, that is just the end of the video. As always, leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm really interested to see and know your opinion on the subject, especially what you think about the sweep. This is better than Scourge, or you're gonna go ahead and pass on him. Leave that on the comments. I'm really interested. But that's pretty much it for the whole thing. I hope you enjoy. If you did, please leave a like. It really helps you to algorithm to help my videos get out there in a while. So if you get any value anime content, please subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. But this is pretty much it for Transformers Studio Series 86 Voyager Sweep.